You know your boy's not usually pessimistic on this channel. I'm not going to be an absolute diabolical hater, but this specific of Tales from the Crypt that we are going to be discussing genuinely might be the most overrated of all time. Every time you look up what's the scariest episode of Tales from the Crypt, this one is on the list. People review it on YouTube and they're like, this one will make you shriek. This one's haunting. This one's the scariest thing you've ever seen. But it's a fucking facade. It's not true. And yes, that is the episode Television Terror. Again, this is not a hate video. I'm going to talk about this episode because I didn't dislike it, but watching it for the first time, I genuinely was like, this one isn't as cracked out as it seemed to be. As hyped. So yeah, it's October, we getting spooky. Come hang out with me. What up, y'all? Welcome back to Fandom with Indie Review. I'm your host, Haunted House Dill. We're on the journey of 5,000 subscribers by October. I think we can get there. Well, by Halloween specifically. I don't know. We're cutting it close. If I don't get it, it would actually suck. I feel like horror, spooky shit, nostalgia. Come hang out with me. Tabloid news journalist Morton Rivers is a shady little man, and he is on set of a Halloween spooky special where he is going to be investigating an infamous haunted house. This house has a horrific backstory from a caretaker named Ada Ritter, who absolutely killed all the residents she took care of. We get a painting of this character, Morton, and right off the rip, like, again, I know these Tales from the Crypt episodes are only about fucking 30 minutes long. The camera folk around him, his love interest, all these people are painting him to be like this shady, mischievous dirtbag. And yes, even though he is on this set, pretty much being like, it's probably not really haunted, but the viewers want to see stuff, we'll shake it up a bit. He hires someone to be a fake medium. He is obviously shady and like corrupt, but the way they like are talking bad about him makes him seem like he's like the biggest piece of shit of all time, and you don't really get much merit to that. Like the whole time he's getting his makeup ready, he's like, I need you out here now, and they're like, yeah, whatever, you fucking piece of shit, hope you rot in hell. It's like, never once in this episode, like, you get like he's a jerk and like kind of like, you know, a selfish individual, but you don't get that he's like the most malicious motherfucker you ever met. But yeah, the episode is centered on a dark, creepy, abandoned night. Him and his fucking cameraman Skip, whatever the fuck his name is, are getting ready to go. Camera on his shoulder, big, like kind of like burnout stoner looking dude, and they go into the house, and this episode draws out really slowly. It's a lot of time of him talking about the house, Ada Ritter, the crime she committed, some little casual scares, like a rat jumps out on the counter. The look and aesthetic of this haunted house is quite eerie, and I do like that aspect of like how it keeps cutting from, you know, actual takes of the Tales from the Crypt episode, like when they're being filmed, to as it looks like it's on a TV show when you see his cameraman and like producers watching the camera. It adds like a nice nostalgic, eerie effect of watching something found footage. But one thing I will say about this episode, even though to me it's not the most scariest, it probably is the most like, not gruesome, but bloody. They do get a lot of quick snippets and imagery of like the victims that were killed in this house. There's one scene where, you know, there's a lot, they show quite a decent amount of blood for a Tales from the Crypt episode, but all around this episode kind of has a slow build. It's not even a slow burn, it's just a slow build kind of him talking about this house and everything going on and trying to like, honestly, he gets under your skin a little bit. He's annoying. He's not the most like friendly guy in the world, but he's not despicable. Like I said, he's not the worst character I ever met. But things start to take a turn when they go to their first commercial break and the camera starts acting on the fritz. And Morton and his cameraman are downstairs and they hear an ominous sound. And they're like, okay, that was actually kind of creepy. And they go upstairs lurking, they turn on the flashlight, and some spooky incidents happen before they're on air because it's a live stream. And the one thing I do like about it is that little suspense and pacing of them being like, how long do we have left? He's like, less than a minute. And you're like, oh, I hope like this gets caught on footage, because it's crazy. Like that part of your mind's like, oh man, they're about to get like they're about to get come up on. They're about to get came on by some spooky shit. They're not gonna have time to record it. Like, oh dang, get the camera going. Another thing I do like is like they do get the camera going as some spooky stuff already starts happening. Like, imagine watching like this cheesy like ghost hunting documentary and they're like, this is the spooky house, this is where all the kills happen. Cuts to commercial, comes back, and literally like the lamps are shaking, the doors breaking open and pouring down blood, and they're just freaking out. You're like, where did this go wrong. But his team of people, like the guy that controls the cameras, his manager, his kind of side girl / publicist, they're all watching all this unfold, and they're getting phone calls off the hook being like, don't cancel the show now, ratings are through the roof, which is good, because at first, that kind of like watching this episode, that first part of them just walking through the house, being suspenseful, talking, was kind of losing you. You're like, where is this going? And they say that in the episode, they're like, no, dude, Morton, you gotta do something to spice up this episode, or else you're gonna lose all the viewers. And that was very meta, maybe unintentionally. Hold your horses, we're interrupting this video for this commercial right here. If y'all love Tales from the Crypt videos, which I know y'all do, I have an entire playlist called Crypt Reviews, where we talk about bangers. We got my top 10 favorite episodes, we talk about the movies, and so much more, so check it out. But all these calls are coming in, they're like, dude, this is awesome. And then it kind of picks up and builds to a point where Morton is genuinely getting freaked out, and, you know, like I said, there's loud banging, he's seeing like these apparitions, his mind is being played with, and then all of a sudden falls from the ceiling. Hanging dead is his cameraman, Chip, or Skip. And that was actually kind of creepy, because they show the scene of the dude inside the truck watching this live from like the recording booth, and he's like, wait, then who is holding the camera? And that's the question you have. You're like, wait, dude, is there actually someone holding the camera? And then with a giant flashlight comes down, it's just like this creepy, not the most horrific looking ghost you ever seen, but it's actually quite disturbing, especially when you thought it was the camera dude originally holding the camera all along. Camera falls, Morton runs into the room, and you keep getting this one still shot of you just hear him screaming, pleading, begging for his life. And it's kind of haunting, because as a viewer, like I said, what if like a dude ran into the other room and you just heard like, shit, fuck, oh God, help me, there's ghosts in here, please, someone. Like, brutally, and fucking, you're just watching that live, you can't help him. And again, his like publicist and the people are like, should we go in there? Should we send security? Should we help him? Let's have him fucking suffer longer, because clearly they don't believe that there is a ghost in there, but they're also being belligerent. Again, they're like, obviously, like, in this show's world, he was a piece of shit, he's shady, he's all these things, but they don't really give you much examples of that. They're like, I feel like they're being belligerent. Like, yeah, he's a kind of like a TMZ type dude where he gets all these fake stories and does this shady stuff for money, but like, they're making it seem like, yeah, dude, he can suffer and fucking die in that house for all I care. And it's like, give us an example of him being a piece of shit. But when he's in this room, we see, you know, from the actual episodes footage, that there's a fucking old lady in there running around with a chainsaw, chasing after him, and then she slices him up. And then this is where, like, kind of like the most freakiest part of the episode happens. She slices him up, and he's up on this chair, and there's like a noose hanging. And then, like, she like slices him, he falls into the noose, swings out the window, and you actually see him brutally dead, like just swinging outside of this haunting, ominous manner. And you're like, that's actually pretty creepy. And as he's swinging, his publicist / girlfriend comes running out, and then they're like, well, guys, stay tuned for the next episode of the Morton River Show, while we talk about 3 people that claim they had sex with Satan, which is kind of very humorous, and then the episode ends. But yeah, was this the best fucking Tales from the Crypt episode I've ever seen? Absolutely not. Was it the scariest? I can see why it was for some people. Like, it did have that haunted house aesthetic. It was eerie. There was some blood in there. It was creepy, and I get why it could be a default as, oh, it's technically the scariest one because it's, you know, like a Halloween special. It's spooky. It has supernatural stuff in it. But no, there's so many more fucking creepy episodes. For example, like the death of some salesman. That one's fucking banger. So many more. Like, I have a top 10 list. Check it out if you want. But yeah, all around, was I disappointed with this episode? No. It started off slow. It got a little better, but it kind of like rushed itself, and all around it's a good one to watch during the spooky Halloween season, but there definitely are creepier ones. That is the point I'm trying to make. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. Give me a thumb or hit that ding-a-ling button or else telling you hates me. I'm here, and I'm gonna say it 1 time for 1 time and 2 times for give me a hell yeah for horror.
Ladies and gentlemen, what we've been experiencing and what you've been witnessing is the first case of psychic phenomena ever viewed on live television.
Being kids, or it's just the gritty way they were filmed, they have haunting aesthetics to it. And this movie is right up there with that standard. And throughout this movie, Mark, the young boy,